see or hear stories about people who get to wake up, be their own boss, work their own hours, you get a little jealous and think, well, they're just lucky. Well, I can tell you that's not true. They are not just lucky, they work hard. And in this video, I'm going to explain to you how you can live your dreams and be your own boss. You can take control of your finances and start making money doing what you love. Hi, I'm Donna Shovlin, President and CEO of the Pastries for Pets Corporation. I'm also a baker and a dog lover. 12 years ago, I turned my passion for baking and love for dogs into a full-time, profitable brick-and-mortar dog treat bakery business. And today, I run a complete state-of-the-art factory, complete with an amazing staff of workers by my side. We mix dog treat icing and frosting ingredients, amongst other all-natural products for dog bakers worldwide. Just like most of you, I did work in corporate America, transitioning from one job to another job and another job until I decided to have a little fun and run a weekend booth at a local farmer's market. Not long after, I fell in love with baking and decorating treats for dogs and decided to look into opening my very own dog bakery. If you have a love for dogs and a passion for baking, I'm about to give you a simple method in order for you to start your own dog treat business. After all, the dog treat industry is a multi-billion-dollar-a-year business. Think about that. Most of us are not expecting to make millions or billions of dollars. Well, you could if you really want to take it to that level. But first, let's take this in easy, small bites. Think about what you can do to get rid of maybe a car payment, credit card debt, save up for a great vacation with all the extra money that you can be making a week. I'm going to give you a simple, easy to follow, tested system that will show you how to take control of your career starting today. One of the best things about the dog treat business is just about anyone can do this, and you don't need a lot of money up front to get started. So let's take a look at some options that are currently available to sell dog treats without spending a lot of money up front. Before I begin giving you my steps to being a successful business owner, I want to let you know that I am going to give you a free checklist and printout guide at the end of this video for you to assess yourself to see if you really are ready to start a dog treat bakery business. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Step one really is to just walk around your kitchen and pull out all of your baking tools and supplies. I'm talking about dusting off the old stand mixer that's sitting on your counter, going through your cupboards and pulling out, measuring cups, some cookie cutters, and sometimes some of you have your grandmother's cookie cutters, your mom's cookie cutters somewhere. Look in your basement and in your attic. And really, you have, measuring cups. You keep going and going and going, and you have mixing bowls, cake pans, and you'll probably start to realize, measuring spoons, a rolling pin, of course. You probably have all of these gadgets already, and if you don't, you can simply ask a family member or a friend that see if you can borrow their items. And this way, you won't need to spend any money yet. This brings me to step 2, baking. Now, you will need at least one dog treat recipe and one dog cake recipe to start. You can pretty much find those right on the internet, or you can create your own secret recipe. And I can help you create that in my beginner's course on how to start a dog bakery. But I will talk about that more a little bit later. Now, you should have all the basics that I mentioned in step 1 and 2 recipes before moving on to step 3. Because in step 3, you really need to start baking and baking and baking and maybe a little more baking. Why? Because you absolutely love baking and you need to know it before you even consider to go on to step 4 in my process. I want you to bake hundreds of dog treats and at least 20 or so cakes, just to be sure you really, really enjoy baking. You also need to make sure that more than one dog loves your treats and cakes. You need to have recipes that most dogs will gobble up and ask for more prior to moving forward. Step 4 is actually to start thinking of a name for your dog bakery. While this seems really easy, it can actually take some time. You know, a lot of these great names have already been taken, so you definitely want to start a brainstorming list and write down every name you can think of. Then, type them into the internet and see if someone already owns the website domain. This really is a great place to start, and if you get stuck, you can combine some of the names that you wrote down. For example, say you wrote down Randy's Dog Treats, and someone already has that business name. You can try searching for Homemade Dog Treats by Randy. See what I mean? After you come up with your business name, you should contact your Secretary of State and see if you can form an LLC or limited liability company with the business name that you chose in your state. This will also ensure that no one in your state already has an LLC set up under the same name. A trademark search is also a smart idea. You really want to make sure no one already has your business name prior to doing any paperwork or spending any money. Before I go on to step 5, I do want to let you know I have a special guest with me today, and I will introduce her soon. But you know what? I also want to let you know that I have an entire online course available that takes you through step-by-step on how to start a dog treat business. The course is designed to take you through the entire process, which will save you hours of time researching online, and it'll also save you money on making common startup mistakes. You know, and unfortunately, I do want to let you know I have witnessed people on social media groups giving inaccurate tips to prevent new businesses from succeeding. They simply do it because they do not want any new competition. Truth be told, a lot of these people end up failing in their businesses because they waste so much time interfering and not enough time baking and focusing on their own success. But you know what? That's a story for another day. You know, I have trained hundreds of people on how to start a dog bakery, anywhere from starting small at a farmer's market all the way up to opening a retail store on a busy street. And today, I'm going to have you meet Jada, who decided she wanted to start being her own boss part-time at a weekend farmer's market. Now, Jada has taken my beginner's dog treat business course, and shortly after she signed up, I went to go ship her free starter kit, and I happened to notice her address was not too far away from our academy. So I asked her if she'd like to come over to the academy and train in person, and she said yes. So let's take a walk over and see what she's working on. Hi Jada, how are you today?
I'm good, thank you.
Oh, well, welcome to the Pastries for Pets Training Academy. I'm so glad you can join us today and everything like that. You know, I was talking to you earlier and you really told me about the unique position that you're in, that your husband is in the military and he gets transferred a year or so here and there. And I know that you are always looking for your own business that you could move with your husband moving. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. And I bet you wanted it to be kind of an easy thing to start up, home-based, everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
I'm having so much fun experimenting and learning how to make recipes for my first farmer's market.
That is so wonderful. Now, how did you ever find out and learn that you even could start a dog treat business from your own home?
Well, when I first moved here from North Carolina, I was working at farmer's markets for a company that sold pies. And at one of my markets, there was a lady selling dog treats. So I went over, introduced myself, and eventually asked her how she got into the business and how she learned to make these cool decorated treats that she was making. So she told me that she took the Pastries for Pets beginner's course, and after she was done with that and she started up, she contacted her local farmer's market and asked if she could set up a booth.
Jada, besides wanting to spoil dogs and work from home, was there anything else that really made you want to pick up the dog treat business and start your opportunity with it?
Well, after the market opened, I noticed that this lady had a long line all day of dogs and their owners, so I knew she was making a lot of extra money and having fun doing it.
Wow, that is wonderful. Now, I will tell you that this is probably a really good opportunity for you because you can take this and run with it. You can not only be able to sell at a farmer's market, but you can also sell online. You can sell to other retail stores You can do it at wholesale prices for them and they resell it. And not only that, it's just so much fun to do. And you can even pre-register before moving to your next state.
So initially, that was one of the questions that I had because I knew I'd be moving to different states, every couple of years, and I had interest in selling online too. So I was so happy in your course when you explained, how to register in different states and everything. So it really did help me, guide me through step by step how to do everything, so I was able to start my business quickly.
And that's really nice, Jada, because I know that you have time in advance and you know where you're going to move next. And it's very helpful because you can actually pre-register with that state, and once you move there, you're going to be all set and ready to sell. So that is really wonderful, isn't it? It's good to know that information. And I cannot wait to hear all of your success stories, but I'm actually going to let you get back to your baking because I know you have a market coming up this weekend and you better get busy. Now, Jada's story is a little different than most people who want to start a dog bakery. Most people are stay-at-home moms or people who are looking to make extra money while having fun. I actually started because I wanted to have fun, and I really was getting bored with my corporate job. I honestly never thought I would leave my job with corporate America, but it was absolutely the best decision I ever made, and I still wake up every morning loving what I do. The saying is so true. Do what you love and you'll never work another day in your life. I'm not saying that I don't work hard, but I am saying that my job is very rewarding and that gives me great joy. So step 5 is knowing that you will need to register your labels in your state and in any state that you decide to sell your treats in. Now, when you are completing step 3, don't worry about step number 5 yet, because the treats that you bake in step 3, you will be giving away for free, and that is perfectly fine. And of course though, you should be careful that all of your ingredients are safe for dogs as you develop your delicious recipes. I say that because not all recipes you find online are safe. Please double check. Now, I am going to get back to how little or how much money you need to start your dog treat business. This really depends on how much baking equipment and supplies you already own. It also depends on how much your state charges you to initially register your business and your treats. Every state is different, but the LLC is normally between $150 to $200. The treat registration can be anywhere from costing you nothing to $100 a flavor. This is why I suggest 2 to 3 hard dog treat recipes and 1 cake recipe to start. By doing that, you'll spend around $300. So if you think about it, so far you can start your business for under $500. Now tell that to any business owner who has to pay rent for a retail location, and they'll tell you to definitely start your business, because that's a huge savings that you can bake from home. Then, if you decide to do a farmer's market, you are going to have to get a tent and a table, things like a tablecloth, a banner, but really all of these are a one-time fee and they don't cost an awful lot of money at all. Now, I will say the treat registration is a little different because those are normally annual fees. So keep that in mind before you want to offer 50 different flavors to your customers. All in all, you can start your business small and build it up depending on which direction you want to go. Now, step 6 is really important because now that you're done starting your dog treat business, you need to know where to sell your treats. Some great places include farmers markets, expos, craft shows, online, even to other retail stores who would be more than happy to buy your treats at wholesale. If you really want to learn more about selling treats, be sure to check out my second video that's coming out, all about how to sell dog treats. Now, step 7 is all about standing out and being different than your local competition. Even when I started out around 12 years ago, I knew I needed to be different than any big box store dog treats. So I made sure at the time I developed all wheat-free treat recipes. Keep in mind, grain-free wasn't even widely known back then, so I went with wheat-free, which was very popular back then. I also knew my true success was because I decorated my treats and cakes with Pastries for Pets all-natural dog-safe icing and frosting. Yes, I know it's my amazing products, but it's all true. And who doesn't want adorable decorated cakes and treats? I even teach you how to decorate in my beginner's course that I will mention more about near the end of this video. These are all great steps in deciding and starting your own dog bakery. The most important step is really making sure that you absolutely love baking, because your furry customers will definitely keep you busy. If you are ready to be your own boss and start your business quickly and correctly without struggling to figure out the steps by yourself, I invite you to join my online course called How to Start a Dog Bakery. Now, you might be asking yourself, why should I choose my course to help you? That's a very easy answer. I have done everything in the dog treat industry. I ran farmers market booths, sold at large expos, craft shows, you name it. I have run 2 retail brick and mortar stores, sold on Etsy, Amazon, and on my own website. I have also sold treats wholesale to other retail stores. My main goal is to share my knowledge and experience with you by offering my How to Start a Dog Bakery course. You can find all the details by clicking the link here or below in my description section. You will learn absolutely everything in the course, including naming your business, how to price your treats, what packaging to use, how to register in your state, how to form an LLC, how to create your own recipes. I even send out a free starter kit to get you start baking and decorating. And of course, I include step-by-step instructions on how to bake and decorate in the course. And you're also invited to join our free Facebook community in case you have any additional questions. Now is the time to become your own boss and start earning money doing what you love. I look forward to hearing your success stories. Go ahead and click the link and you will be very happy that you did. Also, don't forget to grab the copy of your checklist that I promised you at the beginning of the video so you can start your business off on the right foot. Click the link on the screen or on the link that says thank you in the description below.